YouTube, Chicken Shinobi here with a review of the Kamen Drive DX Trailer-Hou and Shift Formula. Otherwise known as the trailer cannon. If you go ahead and translate it, Hou meaning cannon, or other things. There's a lot of those other things in my trailer complex, but that is not the point. This item was released in March 2015 for 5,800 yen along the debut of Kamen Drive type formula. So this is a weapon that helps stabilize the form and basically gives him cool attacking powers and lets Bandai release a big item. Now this big item does read all of the shift cars to create different attacks. The actual attacking sound isn't that different, but it says something different, so that's a little bit worthwhile, I suppose. So, how good is this thing? Let's get it open and take a look. Alright, so before we look at the trailer cannon, let's obviously take a look at the Shift Formula shift car. So it's our first shift car designed like an indie car, which is definitely really cool. There will be 3 others released, the pit crew for type formula, so to speak. We will take a look at those once I receive them. But for now, here is Shift Formula. Really cool design, very sleek. I like the blue and white sort of motif. The yellow as the cockpit is a little bit weird, I suppose, but it definitely matches with the blue quite well. So no major complaints there. Rolls really well, just like all the shift cars. Has the simple one-click maneuvering for the transformation. And the normal hollow foil R logo, just like all of the other transformation shift cars. Now, of course, this does have functionality in the Drive Driver, the Mach Driver, and the Brake Gunner. So without further ado, let's get out all our gear and take a look. Alright, so here is the Trailer-Hou in truck form. I'm just going to call it the trailer cannon from now on because English. So here it is in the truck mode, and it rolls really well, and that's really about all it does cosmetically. If you're looking at it from a truck perspective, it's got a really tiny cab in the front, but this doubles as the handle, and even in the truck mode you have a number of phrases by pressing the trigger, so that's kind of cool. On the side here you have all of the logos for all of our shift car buddies. So you have Max Flare, Colorful Commercial, Hooking Wrecker, Massive Monster, Justice Hunter, Fire Braver, Burning Solar, Amazing Circus, Funky Spike, Dream Vegas, Midnight Shadow, Spin Mixer, Dimension Cab, Rolling Gravity, Road Winter, Rumble Dump, Mad Doctor, and Deco Traveler. All on here as sponsors, and then I really love that about the formula, everything. I love the little sponsor logos, they're really neat. And then you have a side window here, which we'll get to shortly. All wheels down at the bottom are fully functional. The back does open up with the press of a button on the side that'll show off in a minute. And the shift cars can come out the bottom of the cab right there, or the trailer rather. Cab's up here. The button is right here. to go ahead and drop that. On and off switch right there, and you have the same sort of sticker on here, but it is broken up by the battery compartment. It does take 2 AAAs, or 3 AAAs rather. 3. 1, 2, 3. Promise. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and snap this on. It's really hard to see that light in there with my current lighting setup, but at some point in the video I will turn the lights off to fully show that LED in there. So, that is about it. Let's go ahead and kick off with the sounds. You just press the trigger. I believe that is all. It does say exactly and go in Beltson's voice. Spoiler alert, there's a lever up there. Or door, rather, not a lever. But that is the sounds for this. There is a couple other features in this mode, like I just pointed out about the door. All you do is slide that forward, and now you have a slot to put in shift cars. So if we put down this, and just kind of start feeding them through, you can even do viral cores. You can even do signal bikes. If you flip 10 shift cars through there, he will say a phrase. There's 3 phrases in total. We just heard one. I'm just going to hit the button inside. All it does is hit a little button in here as it rolls down. I'm just going to hit the button with my finger to speed this up.
Excellent! Shift cars, Daishuko! Wonderful! Shift cars, so Sukeki!
So there are your phrases. Of course, the biggest feature of the toy is the actual cannon mode. To activate that, press the button on top of the cab here and lift up, and you have yourself the cannon. That's all there is to it, is turning the cab into a handle. The handle is kind of small since this is a toy made for kids. My fingers don't quite fit in there all that well, and I don't know how well kids will handle this. I guess they're definitely going to have to sort of two-hand it, but this actually has quite a bit of heft to it. All of the electronics and the mechanisms are all in the front trailer portion, so you're kind of stuck with this really heavy toy that, at least for me, I'm wheeling, is kind of hard to one-hand. So it definitely kind of helped support it. I'm also worried about the structure of this joint right here, with all the weight kind of pushing against it. I'm a little bit worried about the integrity of that over time, but it does have quite a good amount of heft to it. So I would be a little bit careful if you get a lot of play. So here in cannon mode, you do obviously have the trigger right here that will play some shooting sounds. By some shooting sounds, I mean one shooting sound, because who needs more than one? And of course, you do have functionality with the shift car port up here. Now, this is a full functioning reader. It will read all of the shift cars, signal bikes, and viral cores that you currently have in your collection. The signal bikes and the viral cores will more or less all default to one sound, though I'm sure it can actually read them. They'll all just reroute to a Signal-Hou or a Viral-Hou instead of doing like a Bat-Hou or something like that. So that's a little bit of a letdown, but it can read all the shift cars, so there is unique sounds for every single shift car you have in your collection, which is definitely really cool. So if we go ahead and use our Type Formula shift car, Now if we pull the trigger, you get the tune that shift car normally plays along with an explosion. So that is really cool, and like I said, all the shift cars will play their unique tune as you're firing, which is definitely really neat. So you have a wide variety of different attacks you can use just by using the port up here. Now to activate the full throttle, all you have to do is slide one shift car in. It will start the attack. If you were to hit the button right now, it will attack like normal and then go straight back into the standby. So if we attach one more shift car and press the trigger, lots of fanfare and lots of explosions. Now the cool thing about this is that thanks to a setup of mirrors in here, you can actually see which shift cars you inserted through the slot right here. So you can see the kind of shadowed, because it's a little bit dark in there, of Speed and Wild, the two shift cars I used. So that is definitely really cool. Now there is a cool LED in there, but it's a little bit hard to see with my lighting, so I'm going to go ahead and turn off the lights and do that one more time.
Shift the Trailer-Hou. Formula-Hou.
And that is about it for this thing. But like I said, while it is simple in functionality, having all of the sounds for the shift cars in there adds a ton of playability, especially if you've been collecting all the shift cars thus far. If you're interested in hearing all those sounds, I will be making a separate video that should go up right after this that will detail all the sounds for all the shift cars released thus far. And you can check out all of the final attack sounds as well as the normal attack sounds associated with each shift car. So that will be really fun, but I wanted to keep the review brief, so I decided to split them up just like I did with the Mach Driver. So overall, this is a fantastic toy and probably one of the centerpieces of the Drive line thus far. It's not as playable as the Mach Driver or the Drive Driver for that matter, but as a weapon, it is probably one of the most functional weapons that we've gotten in recent times. It reminds me a lot of the playability of the Bearzen sword from Forza, so that's always really fun to have all these different attacks and phrases for the different shift cars. So if you've been collecting up until this point, you have a very playable toy. If you haven't, it's a pretty basic toy, but I still love the trailer mode. It's fun to roll around and the noises are pretty cool. The cannon mode has a lot of heft to it, and that's always appreciated in a roleplay weapon. So overall, it's definitely worth the price. If you can get it on a discount, it's even better. So thanks for watching, take care, and have a great one. Bye.